All right, everybody, welcome back to another sophisticated Sasquatch book review. This time we're talking about the book The Shroud by Ian Wilson. This was an amazing book, and spoiler alert, I highly recommend it, especially as a Lenten read. The book is divided into a couple different sections. He's got pictures of different historical sites and methods for the Passion, for crucifixion. What else? Icons, images. So lots of cool stuff in there. The book is divided in a couple of sections, like I said, that talks about, what the Shroud is, the mystery surrounding the Shroud, the scientific investigations into the Shroud, the attempts at recreating the Shroud, and debunking the myths about how the Shroud was potentially made during the Middle Ages is one thing that some people like to bring up. So he talks about that. Another part is that he talks about what the Shroud tells us of what a crucifixion was like. And for me, it's, I've seen the Passion, the movie. I've seen the pictures. I've read the Gospels, but it never really hit as hard what Christ went through as what you can discern through what the Shroud tells you about the horrible suffering that Christ and all the other, whether they were criminals, slaves, martyrs, that the Romans and Jews used crucifixion for, or punishment for, just how horrible those were, and especially what Christ went through. It really brought it home to me more than any movie or the Gospels did, just because of the detail that it can go into. And then the part that I most enjoyed about the book was the historical aspect that he brought into. His thesis is that while the Shroud was missing, it was in the hands of the Templars, who had saved it from the sack of Constantinople. I'm going to forget which crusade it was that got derailed, and they ended up sacking Constantinople instead. And they took a lot of the relics, and that started the market for relic sales that was later condemned by the church. So his thesis was that the Templars had kept the Shroud safe and hidden away for many years, and that because of the way the Shroud was folded, only the face was visible in the reliquary, and everything was seen through in candlelight, most likely in a darkened room. If you were in a castle, there wasn't a whole lot of lighting, especially if the reliquary was kept secret and only known to the top or select group of Templars. And it very easily could have been misconstrued as an idol and led to the accusations of idol worship against them. So he really delves into the history and tracing where the Shroud may have gone. And there's enough, in my opinion, there's enough proof to make it very, very plausible. He recommends Barbara Frail, who is a Vatican historian and has access to the Vatican archives and the secret archives, as another resource on the Templars, and I believe he took some of his research based off of her research, or did some of his research on her research. So that part, being a lover of history, I found to be very enjoyable read. The section on what crucifixion really was very informative and really hit home to me, with the suffering of the passion. And then I found the scientific part to be a little dry when they were talking about how people tried to recreate and the shroud using all sorts of various methods. But for anybody who's into photography or history, or just wants to know what the shroud can tell us about the Passion of Christ, this is a great book. It is on the longer side. Let's see. Looks about 402 pages, and then there's some notes and references, but it's about 402 pages of reading, so it's not too bad. If you're a reader, that's nothing. All right, thank you for your time, guys, and I will catch you next time with another review.